Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Visualizing, journaling, setting intentions, but for some reason, the law of attraction just isn't working? You're not alone. And here's something most people won't tell you. There's one simple yet powerful mistake that's quietly blocking your manifestations. A mistake that, and I'm not exaggerating, 90% of women make without even realizing it. And today, we're not only going to talk about that mistake, we're going to fix it, together. Let's start with the basics. Most people think the law of attraction is all about thinking positive thoughts. Like if you just repeat "I'm abundant" enough times, money will magically appear in your bank account, right? But here's the truth. The law of attraction doesn't respond to words only. It responds to energy. And your energy comes from one thing, your emotions. So here's the number one mistake: thinking one thing, but feeling something completely different. You say you believe in love, but deep down you feel lonely and doubtful. You visualize a dream job, but underneath you're terrified it's not for you. It's like trying to tune into a radio station, but the frequency is off. The signal gets lost. When you think something but don't feel it as real, your body sends out mixed messages. And the universe? It doesn't respond to your words. It responds to the vibration you're actually sending. So how do we fix this? It starts with emotional alignment. You need to feel as if it's already yours. Not in a fake, positive vibes only way, but in a grounded, embodied way. You create that emotion by cultivating belief. And you build belief by creating safety and clarity inside yourself. Which brings us to mistake number 2. Wait, what? Wasn't it only one? Yes. The previous mistake is the route that leads to many others, and I'll tell you all about them now. Let's get to the mistake number 2, lack of clarity. Let me ask you, do you really know what you want? Not just the vague version, I want to be happy, or I want more money, but the real, specific, unapologetic version? Clarity is a magnet. It gives the universe something to work with, and it gives your brain something to focus on. Neuroscience calls this the Reticular Activating System. It filters out distractions and helps you notice what aligns with your goals. When you're crystal clear, you stop wasting energy on what's not for you and start attracting exactly what is. Now let's talk about consistency. Another huge block, giving up too soon. We're a generation of instant everything. Instant coffee, instant downloads, instant validation. But real manifestation isn't microwave magic. It's more like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it. You trust the process. You show up. Many people quit right before it happens. Not because it doesn't work, but because they lose patience, or faith, or both. And here's another trap: focusing on what's missing. Have you ever noticed that when you obsess over not having something, it feels even further away? That's because when your energy is rooted in lack, you attract more lack. Instead, shift into gratitude. Not forced gratitude, but honest gratitude. Gratitude for what already exists. Gratitude for what's on the way. Because when you truly feel abundant, abundance responds. Now here's something we don't talk enough about: the power of words. Every time you say, "I never get what I want," or "nothing ever works for me," your subconscious takes notes. Your brain wires those statements into your identity, and your life starts matching that belief, especially if you feel what those words mean. I said before that the universe doesn't respond to words, but it does and doesn't at the same time. Words do have power, but if your feeling is bigger than your words, it wins, you know? But at the same time, if you repeat a positive affirmation believing it with your whole heart, your reality changes. The secret is to align your words and feelings. So shift the negative ones. Say them in a way that you can believe, like, "I'm learning to trust the process. Things are getting better, even if I can't see it yet." That small shift, it rewires your mind and realigns your energy. And finally, let's talk about action. Inspired action. Manifestation isn't just about vision boards and mantras. It's also about showing up, doing the thing, taking the scary step, making the call, not out of fear or pressure, but out of alignment. Because action is how you tell the universe, "I'm serious, I'm ready, let's go." So, let's recap. If the law of attraction hasn't been working for you, it might be because you're thinking one thing, but feeling another. you're not being clear on what you truly want. You give up too early. You focus on what's missing instead of what's already here. You speak to yourself with doubt, not power, and you wait, instead of moving in inspired ways. But now you know. And once you know, you can shift everything. This isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming aware, realigning, and choosing to show up differently, starting today. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone you care about, that one friend who's also trying to create her dream life. And if you want more real, grounded, no-fluff content like this, subscribe, leave a like, and let's grow together. You're not too late. You're not too far behind. You're right on time. And the universe is ready when you are. See you on the next video.